Why your biggest leadership weakness is actually your greatest asset. You know, a CEO once told me his biggest weakness was he cared too much about his people. And as a leadership architect, I replied, what if that's not a weakness at all, but an infrastructure waiting to be optimized? I'm Sheila Carmichael, and today I want to reframe how we think about leadership limitations. Here's what I've learned from architecting leadership development for thousands of executives. What we label as weaknesses are often strengths operating in the wrong context or haven't been strategically designed for executive impact. That CEO cared too much? Well, he was really struggling with decision velocity because he wanted a more comprehensive input from everyone. But when we reframed this as leadership architecture, we discovered that his deep empathy was actually the core value for leading organizational transformation. He just needed to engineer how you channel it more strategically. So this pattern shows up in my executive coaching constantly. The perfectionist who's actually committed to excellence, but needs to rethink when good enough serves the goal. The micromanager who has exceptional systems thinking, but needs to design delegation frameworks. And yes, that people pleaser who has incredible relationship building capacity, but needs boundaries. The blind spot isn't the trait itself, it's not knowing how to optimize it for executive level impact. Most leaders spend years trying to fix their weaknesses instead of asking, how do I re-engineer this into my competitive advantage? So here's the leadership framework. Instead of asking, how do I overcome this weakness? Ask, how do I optimize this strength? Instead of, what's wrong with my design? Ask, what's the right context for this infrastructure? That shift changes everything. It moves you from a deficit thinking to asset optimization, from trying to become someone else to architecting the best version of yourself. The most magnetic leaders I coach aren't the ones who eliminate their quirks. They're the ones who transform their perceived limitations into their leadership signature. So I'm curious, what's one trait you've always considered a weakness that might actually be a strength, just an infrastructure waiting to be optimized? Share your comments, because sometimes we need others to help us see leadership assets for what they really are.